welcome again to Movie Farm. I'm excited to host you today. If you're new to the channel, please like, subscribe, and share. So today we are going to take you around Movie Farm 10-acre farm. I'm going to show you what we are currently doing, starting with our demo, which is the demo plot that we planted last month. God has been faithful with us, so we have great rains. So our spinaches and our vegetables are all looking quite exciting. They're fruiting, and everything looks awesome. So today we are going to just go through what we've planted. Basically, these are vegetables that we're going to use on our day-to-day life. So we have spinach, we have potatoes, we have cabbages, onions, and of course tomatoes, and then our kales, super bell peppers, green pepper that is usually planted on outdoor. We have cucumbers, we have eggplant, the big, the small eggplants. We have carrots. It's an exciting small plot that we call Movie Farm Demo Plot that carries all this that will be used for our domestic use on our day-to-day life. So you remember from our last video, we did our own mulching and we planted the vegetables. Come with me, let me show you. So we had our vegetables. This is our spinach. So we have a row of spinach with, of course, drips, and we did our mulching. Just come and see our mulching. So this mulching is helping with water retention, and of course, our soil is quite healthy. So we have our organic manure that we use from the cattle, from the goats and cows. So this is what we used to plant. And the spinach is looking awesome. So let me show you. So some of the leaves are quite exciting. And today, by the way, we are going to do harvest. We are going to harvest our spinach. Just look how long that spinach is. So we are going to harvest at the very end of the video. So keep watching, subscribe and share. Help us grow, because and if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for the support. I can feel your support. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Share this video if you're interested in farming. Let me show you how farming is done on a small scale for domestic use with little capital. So the spinach is quite exciting. We have long leaves of spinach. 3 pieces, 3 leaves like this will make you dinner or even lunch. The variety is quite good. This is Ford Hook. It's very clean, free from pests, a very nice stem. This is a huge stem. Let me show you. This is quite a big stem. This is just one plant. You see, one plant that has all this. Very clean, free from pests and diseases. We are going to harvest for our own use today. And the mulching is quite exciting. We also planted the maize. So this maize, we are going to eat it green, cook our green maize. We are not going to let it dry. And the maize row is for disease or dust prevention. When sometimes it gets so dusty, so we didn't want all that dust or the pests from the other field to come to our spinach or to come to the demo plot. You can see. Come with me. Let me show you. You see how huge this spinach is? This is quite interesting. Yeah, so we are going to harvest some of this with you. Look. Isn't this interesting? That's just one spinach. So a few leaves, fresh, no chemicals, organic, planted. And you get this amazing, amazing spinach for our own use. Very nice. So we have a few rows 2 drip lines of spinach. Yes, and that's all spinach for you. So yeah, so let's go to our next crop. Spinach, we have our cabbages. So this is our cabbage. We have approximately 300 heads of spinach. Of course, we will harvest as they grow. As you can see, they're already having a good head because of the rains. So they're already forming the head. Come with me, let me show you. So we have the heads there. They're already forming the head. So this is just a 1-month-old cabbage. So this is just the time that they are making the heads. We've had some disease issues on the cabbages, which we are going to do some spraying because it's so that it doesn't infect the others. So we have a full row of our own cabbages that we are going to use for our own use here. If we have more than we can consume, then we will sell some in the market depending on how they are. But we are excited. The cabbages are doing quite well. Being the first time that I'm doing this on cabbages, I'm quite excited with how the cabbages have developed. So this is our cabbage. Some of them have been have the disease, the aphids, but it's something that can be corrected this week. Before the end of the week, we're going to do some spraying. Okay, yes. Isn't this exciting? Thank you so much for your support of Mbuvi Farm. We don't take it for granted. We love you so much and we thank you for watching this video. We are going to go ahead and I'm going to show you our next crop, Rienda, which is in our local language we call it Dania. So this is the multi-cult variety which we planted a month old. So this is just not even a month old because Dania takes 45 days. So this should be around 20 days or 15 days since it was planted, and because of the rains, it's coming up quite well. So the multi-cut variety of Dania is the Dania that you don't uproot it. So you just cut. When you cut, it regrows on its own. So this will be a very good. We will use this, and that's why we've not planted many of them. We are going to use this for quite a while, about 8 months or so. We are going to feed on this, and this is a very good investment. So you will just have to take maybe a scissors or something, and then you cut the Dania that you need, and then the rest is going to regrow. So we have a full drip for our Danias. You can just see until the further end there. That's the Dania that we have, and I'm confident that it's going to serve us for quite some time. Next to the Dania, we have our potatoes. So in my kitchen, I had some potatoes that was protein. So I felt that I've never tried potatoes on our dark cotton soil. So I said, let me have it. Let me see how it will be. So I brought the tomatoes and they were planted. And these are the potatoes that we have. We only have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So these are 8 stems of potatoes. And I'm confident. You see how well they are growing. I'm confident that maybe in January, we are going to have these potatoes. We are going to harvest them. And it will be exciting to see how good the potatoes can do on this soil. If the potatoes do well this season, then it's something that I would like to replicate, and maybe I will grow more because I love potatoes. I love chips. I use potatoes almost in every meal, so it's something that I'll be excited to try again, and maybe any other root growing, maybe cassavas and such. I like roots, the root crops. Yes. So those are our potatoes. So next I will show you our next crop. So this is the, let me count. So we have drip line 1, 2, 3, 4. Our fourth drip line, which has 2 drip lines, we have our onions. So we have onions on 2 drip lines. So there's this, actually 3, and there are other drip lines I'll show you when we go there. There are other drip lines that we have our onions. So we planted these onions. Actually, they were looking quite horrible when we were planting them, but the rains have been good, and also the drip line, because we had issues with the drip line. They were old. They were not, the crops were not getting enough water. So I bought others. We changed. So this is the hard drip line. It's 16 mm. And we changed that in our other video. So if you're interested in watching how drips are done, installation of drip irrigation on both pawpaw and on vegetables, you can go to the link or the playlist that has drip irrigation on Movie Farm. So yeah, to watch that. So this is our onions, and against the onions we have traditional mchicha. So this is a mchicha that we didn't plant it, so it's a volunteer crop, and you can see that someone is already harvesting. So someone is already feeding on the mchicha, which is good. So this is just a volunteer crop. It's not something that we planted, but yeah, you can see how good it is. I would like to show you the good onion that is already bulbing. So we have this here that is already bulbing, and this is giving us quite some good hope. So what we are going to do today, we are going to put fertilizer. We are going to do NPK on both the onions and tomatoes, just to give it some boost and to make sure that the bulb is huge when it comes to harvesting. So and of course expose some part of the bulb, because onions need sunlight or sun, the warmth, for it to bulb. So as we apply our fertilizer, we are going to expose the bulb, just to to give it that boost and for it to bulge nicely. These are mchicha being harvested. It's a traditional meal, but quite interesting and quite tasty. So yeah, it's something that grows in our soil voluntarily, and that's where we are with our onions. Yes, our fifth plot has our tomatoes. Our tomatoes are ready for staking, and right now we are doing that. So we are putting some poles on our tomatoes, and then we're going to do with the binding wire and the strings. We're going to lift our potatoes up, because some of the potatoes are already falling. They're already on the ground. These tomatoes. Sorry. These are tomatoes. They're not potatoes. Potato. So our tomatoes are growing nicely, and they need staking, like this one. This one is carrying almost 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's already heavy with fruits, and it's flowering already. So we are going to give it a lift, and we are going to lift slowly, because we don't want to have the stem affected. And we are also going to prune, because some of this is not needed right now, so that the stem can feed on the upper parts, that we get big tomatoes. So we are going to prune nicely and slowly on the unwanted, like this. It's not going to help. Yeah, so this will be done today, and then we're going to do NPK application to give it that boost. But I'm quite excited. They are looking quite well. You see this tomato? We are going to do harvesting. We are going to harvest our tomatoes in December. This will be due in December. So the first fruits, but we have to lift it slowly so that we don't have this. We don't affect the stem, and then cut out any of this disease affected by disease. But again, we are going to spray. So this will be done today. Just reduction of this, so that the plant is given enough, whatever nutrients that you're giving the plant, it feeds to the right crop. So the tomatoes are okay, very okay. No pests, but we will control. We are going to do some control, and of course, because of the rains, ensure that we have fungicides, because tomatoes are affected a lot by fungicides. So these are the poles that we've done today, and that's what we are doing today. Our sixth drip line has kills. So this is Tausi F1. It's an F1 variety, Tausi, not Mfalme. Tausi F1. And it has grown massively. Of course, because the soil had some good manure. Then we've done mulching. You can see we have mulching, so the water retention is quite awesome. So one plant, wow, and by the way, look at these volunteer mushrooms. So one plant has huge, let me show you. Wow, has huge stems. This is not even the biggest. Let me look at the good stem for you. We are going to we are going to harvest today. Wow, you hear that sound? We are going to harvest today. At the end of our video, we are going to show you how much or how many we are going to harvest for our supper, for our dinner, and maybe for the week consumption. But this, it's encouraging, because just one plant or 3 stems will give you dinner. Can you imagine how much you're buying your sukuma wiki in the market? And here we have 3 sukuma wiki that we can feed for the entire week. So we have, this is Tausi F1. We have 2 drip lines and a half of Tausi, almost 200 plants in this area. Already we've done our mulching, but we need to do some weeding, so we are going to do some weeding. The fertilizer is quite okay for now because it's natural. The sukuma wiki has not been infected by any disease, and of course the rain has helped. You can see that our plants are quite clean. The stems, they have no diseases, so this is quite interesting. You see? Clean, just good sukuma wiki, fresh, soft sukuma wiki. You see, very soft. This will make a good meal with our local ugali. So that's the 6th drip, and then the 6th and 7th you have Tausi F1. So we planted carrots. They are quite small, almost 2 weeks. So 2 weeks ago, I don't know if you can see them, but here they are. This is carrots. Of course, we need to do some weeding. Yeah, so this is carrots. But again, you see how many, these are several of them. These are too many to be in one space. So if you want them to bulge nicely, after a week or so, we will uproot and thin them. It's called thinning. So make sure that we have like a distance. You see this? You see this from, this is a weed? No, it's one. So this is what we call thinning. So this against this. So because so that the carrot can have space to grow and to bulge. Otherwise, uh, if they are close to each other this way, then we are not going to get a healthy carrot. But we're not going to do that right now. We will wait until they are big so that we can know which one is doing well. You have to uproot the one which looks, which is struggling to grow, but this is too much. This we are not going to get any carrot from here. We will have to thin them. So that's something that will be done slowly. It's not something that you can do hurriedly. So we are going to do a video for just thinning this to ensure that we get the best carrots out of it. And then we need to do weeding in between our drips. I had mentioned before, so this is the other row that has onions, and this is our manure. The onions are quite fed. This is a very healthy organic manure, and that's why you can the onions are quite well. So this will budge well, and we have the rain hose in between. We were using the rain hose when it was dry, but right now because of the rain, everything is looking awesome. So we're not doing irrigation, but just look how healthy the onions. The onions are quite healthy. These are a volunteer plant, our traditional vegetable that someone can feed or use with it, or mix with spinach. This and spinach, awesome. So the onions, wow, the onions are doing well, quite well. I tried doing the leafy onions, but they didn't do as much as I had expected. So I will try again in the coming weeks. But again, the drip lines are already full, but we will fix them somewhere. Yes, but the onions are quite well. So on this area, we still have the coriander. This is our local Dania, which is multi-cut. So the same as what I had showed you. So that is our Dania. We again have another species of tomatoes that are almost some few weeks old. So they are not as we transplanted them, I think, 2 weeks ago. So they are not yet there. And then it's exciting to see the super bell. So this is super bell green pepper. So we have a line with green pepper. This will be very interesting to see how it comes up, and of course the harvesting season will be awesome. So they are quite young, 2 weeks old after transplanting. We have that, and again, so a drip line of the super bell, and then we have okra. The okras, they are on weeds, and that's why we can't see them. So maybe in our next video, they would have grown well. So we have okra, we have eggplants. In the next, let me show you the eggplants. This is eggplant. There's a nice one I've seen, a huge one. Let me show you. The eggplants. So we have 2 drip lines. Actually, not even 2. Yeah, I think 2. 2 drip lines of eggplant. Both the big one and the slim. I don't know the name, but I'll find the name. I will do it. I'll link it up on the video. So I'll show you, I'll give you the name. So it's okra and eggplants. And then we have, of course, our maize at the very end. So we have a line of maize that we're going to consume when it's green. So this is just a shield for blocking the plot. And that's the entire plot. These are things that we are going to eat, feed our families, almost a family of 5. If we have any extra that we cannot consume, of course, it's not going to go to waste. We will sell. We will call. We will look for market. Mostly like the kales, they are too much. The spinach is also too much. The eggplants, I'm sure we will not be able to consume the entire 2 rows because they because of the soil is quite rich. We are going to have some good harvest. So those are things that we are going to sell. And then this is just now the vegetable plot. Yes, and this is Mbuvi Farm. Thank you so much for watching our video. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much. We love you. We love your support. You are the best, and we love you. If you are a new subscriber, please subscribe, like, and share. And welcome to the community. We love you all. And Mbuvi Farm is all about sustainable farming. It's somewhere that we're going to grow our own food, and as we expand to goats and cows, is something, and chicken, it's something that we are excited to have. Thank you. Be blessed. God loves you.